Requirements engineering. The other various activity associated with requirements engineering is the requirement analysis and requirement verification and validation. This is also known as the gathering of requirements. Here, requirements are identified with the help of customers and existing system processes, if available. Analysis of requirements starts with requirement elicitation. The requirements are analyzed to identify inconsistencies, defects, and omission. We describe requirements in terms of relationships and also resolve any conflicts. Problems of analysis. Getting all and only the right people involved. Stakeholders often don't know what they want. Stakeholders express requirements in their terms. Stakeholders may have conflicting requirements. Requirement change during the analysis process. Organizational and political factors may influence system requirements. Requirements analysis is a team effort that demands a combination of hardware, software, and human factors engineering, expertise as well as skills in dealing with people. Here are the main activities involved in requirement analysis. Identify the customer's needs, evaluate the system for feasibility, perform economic and technical analysis, allocate functions to system elements, establish schedule and constraints, and last, create system definitions. Analysis is critical to the success or failure of a system or software project. The requirements should be documented, actionable, measurable, testable, traceable, related to the identified business or opportunity, and defined to a level of detail sufficient for system design. Conceptually, requirements analysis includes four types of activity: eliciting requirements, analysis requirements, requirements modeling, and last, review and retrospective. Eliciting requirements, the task of communicating with customers and users to determine what their requirements are. This is sometimes also called requirements gathering. Analyzing requirements, determining whether the stated requirements are unclear, incomplete, ambiguous, or contradictory, and then resolving this issue. Requirements modeling. Requirements might be documented in various forms, such as natural language documents, use cases, user stories, or process specifications. The review and retrospective. The team members reflect on what happened in the iteration and identifies action for improvement going forward. Requirement analysis techniques. Requirement analysis help organization to determine the actual needs of stakeholders. At the same time, it enables the development team to communicate with stakeholders in a language they understand, like charts, models, flowcharts, instead of pages of text. Once the requirements are gathered, the document the requirements in a software requirement specification or SRS document, use cases, or as user stories which are shared with the stakeholders for approval. This document is easy to understand for both normal users and developers. Any changes in the requirements are also documented and go through a change control procedure and finalized on approval. Verification and validation is the process of investigating that a software system satisfies specifications and standards and it fulfills the required purpose. Well, Barry Bohm described verification and validation as the following. Well, verification, are we building the product right? In validation, are we building the right product? Well, let us know what is verification and validation. Verification is the process of checking that a software achieves its goal without any bugs. It is the process to ensure whether the product that is developed is right or not. It verifies whether the developed product fulfills the requirements that we have. Verification is static testing. The activities involved in validation are inspections, reviews, walkthroughs, and desk checking. Validation is the process of checking whether the software product is up to the mark, or in other words, product has high-level requirements. It is the process of checking the validation of product. Example, it checks what we are developing is the right product. It is validation of actual and expected product. Validation is the dynamic testing. The activities involved in validation are black box testing, white box testing, unit testing, and last, integration testing. After requirement specification developed, the requirements discussed in this document are validated. The user might demand illegal, impossible solution, or experts may misinterpret the needs. Requirements can be checked against the following conditions. If they can practically implement, if they are correct and as per the functionality and specially of software, if there are any ambiguities, if they are full, and last, if they can describe. The requirements validation techniques are requirements reviews or inspections. These are systematic manual analysis of the requirements. Prototyping. This is using an executable model of the system to check the requirements. Test case generation. This develop tests for requirements to check testability. Automated consistency analysis. This one checks for the consistency of structured requirements description. Note, verification is always followed by validation.